Dragon Quest XI is often described as a love letter to classic JRPGs. It's praised for its charm, its characters, and its timeless feel. And after finishing it, I can honestly say I understand why people love it, but I can also say that for me, I didn't it didn't land as strongly as I expected it to. This isn't a hate video, it's just more about why, I didn't love the game. With the recent Dragon Quest VII Reimagined demo releasing, I absolutely adored and loved it, and it gave me such a nostalgic feeling. So that's the only reason why I decided I couldn't wait any longer and wanted to jump straight back into another Dragon Quest game. Well, let's talk about it. Going into Dragon Quest XI, I expected a slow, traditional JRPG, and I was okay with that, after playing the demo especially. I knew this wasn't going to reinvent the genre. I was expecting a familiar system, classic hero journey, nostalgic tone, and in many ways, that's exactly what I got. For me, the game does so many things great though. First, I want to talk about what I genuinely enjoyed. The art style. It is so beautiful. The character designs, the enemies, the towns, everything feels colourful and full of personality. The story, for what it is, it works. It's straightforward but sincere. I know what kind of story it's telling and doesn't pretend to be something else. The characters were another highlight. I enjoyed spending time with them and they carried a lot of quieter moments in the game. And the music is absolutely great. The tracks themselves are strong, memorable, even if, they do have some issues of overusing them too many times throughout the game. This is clearly a polished and loving game, but you know what? Let's just talk about what I actually didn't enjoy. However, when the game started to lose me, the big issue was the pacing. The game is long and not always in the way it feels meaningful. Progress often felt stretched by repetitive objectives, fetch quests, and just familiar mission structures that don't really evolve much over time. There were many moments where it felt less like an adventure and more of a slog and more of a checklist. Combat is fine. It's very traditional JRPG systems. I knew what I was getting into. Functional, familiar, but not especially engaging for me. The biggest problem was, however, often felt forced to grind. With the beautiful open world that they have made and the scarce encounters that you can go and choose a monster to go and encounter, I thought that was such a great and just imaginative idea to do. You can see the creatures in the open world, but then it became a point where, it's not just that you can dodge the monsters, you have to grind, you have to do this, and it just shuts everything that previously, made it seem great, just took it all the way back. Almost every major boss encounter meant stopping progression to level up just to be properly prepared instead of feeling challenged in a strategic way. It often felt like the game was asking for more time rather than more thought. The cycle progress hit a wall, grind, repeat, made the game feel longer than it had to be, especially going into that latter half. The music, I enjoyed the soundtrack for what it's worth, for sure, but very sparingly. Hearing the same tracks repeated over and over again made parts of the game a blur for me. Combined with the repetitive quest structure, it added to that sense of sameness as the hours went on and on. The core feeling, the best way I can describe the experience with Dragon Quest XI was I enjoyed the moment to moment, but struggled to stay emotionally invested long term. It never became bad, it just became exhausting. I completely understand why people adore this game, but if you grew up with the Dragon Quest, this probably feels comforting, it feels familiar, warm, intentionally traditional. That's all I can say. The nostalgia is very real and it works. It just didn't work for me. Finishing Dragon Quest XI, it reminded me that a game can be well made, respected, beloved, and still not be the right fit. I'm glad I played it. I don't regret finishing it, but I don't think I'll ever feel the same attachment to it as so many others do. And honestly, that's okay. If you love Dragon Quest XI, I genuinely like to hear what clicked for you, what made you fall in love with the game. If you felt the same way I did, at least I know I'm not alone. But I can only imagine what the comments are gonna say. But thank you for watching, like the video, and peace.
Bold luminary, we swear to protect you. While we live, none shall defeat you.
Yep. We're all in this together.
Show us what you've got.
Let's do this.
Lead on, darling.